pirate time. Yer.
Hello, dreamers, and welcome, adventurers. So this is the child princess Katie von Schwitz, welcoming you to the land of dreams. And I'm here to introduce you to what the land of dreams is and what it's going to be. First things first, who is Katie von Schwitz and why this name? I spent a lot of time working on myself and figuring out who the hell I am and what I'm doing on this earth and what my plan is. And also, that all of a sudden, turns out that I am a writer. So that's one thing. Katie von Schwitz is a writer. What kind of writer am I? Fantasy writer. Up to now, I mainly wrote grimdark fantasy. So I'm a grimdark fantasy writer at the moment, and you can find me online under the name Katia Medri. So that's who I am at the time being. Why did I choose the name Katie von Schwitz? Because it's some kind of summary of who I am. As you can hear, it contains a little bit of my name, which is Katia, so Katie, Katia. That's one way I'm used to be called. And the other part, von Schwitz, is obviously taken from Vanellope von Schwitz, who a little bit represents my temperament, so to speak. So I thought that Katie von Schwitz would encompass my personality in a nutshell. So here I am, Katie von Schwitz. So what's important to know about me? Despite my English not being perfect, you will hear a lot of wrong pronunciations and wrong inflections and a lot of mistakes also. I still am, or well, better said, I used to be, UN NGO conference interpreter. That means that I did work for the United Nations. I worked for a non-governative organization of the United Nations. Means I was a voluntary. And what I was doing for the United Nations was translating and interpreting stuff. Sorry, this light is bothering me big time. And it was making my eye look like... Anyway, yeah. So I used to work for the United Nations, for a UN NGO, and like I said, I was a conference interpreter. And as a conference interpreter and a translator, the majority of things that I did actually in touch with the United Nations was actually translating, but I also worked as an interpreter. Why am I telling you this? This is more of a business card, so that you know who you're talking to, who you're dealing with, who I am, and what I'm doing here. Sorry, I'm having some issues here. The computer is doing stuff. Tonight the computer wants to do stuff on its own. It's probably because I haven't been switching it on for days. Anyway, back to us. I'm telling you this because it's some sort of business card, so to speak. Why am I doing this stuff in English? Why do I speak so much in English? Why am I doing all this and that and so. That's because English is one of the languages that I learned when I was a child, even though it is my second language. There's something that I don't like about this. Hang on, I need to fix something. This stuff is going to happen probably very often. You will... Oh my god. Okay, let's fix this thing and unfix this one. As you can see, there's a little black thingy there. There, fixed. Now I like it. And that's what I like. There you go. What I just fixed here is the new interface, what you will see in my videos from now on. And this is the land of dreams, basically. You can see the little clouds here on the right, and there's the Followers goal, that's for Twitch actually. That's not for YouTube. Anyway, this is going to be where the chat is going to be on Twitch. That's my name, so you don't forget while you're watching my videos. And there's going to be a little bit more. There's more scenes that you will encounter while being with me on this new adventure. Back to what we were saying, I am telling you who I used to be and where my English comes from because I think it is important for you to know why I keep talking in English and why I keep doing stuff in English. Well, let's talk a little bit about my writing. I am a writer, like I said, and I'm a fantasy writer, grimdark mainly. What is grimdark? Grimdark comes from a sentence, the expression grimdark fantasy comes from a sentence, a quote from the game, the video game Warhammer 40,000. And the quote is, let me see if I can recall it. It should be something like, in the grim future, in the grim darkness of the future, or something like that, there will be on the war. And that sentence there gave birth to a kind of literature that is actually connected to the kind of game that Warhammer 4000 is. And it's dystopian universes with very, very immoral morality. Well, there isn't a moral mostly. Or the moral present is not accepted by my society, by our society. Blood gushing everywhere, explicit sex scenes, and so yeah, I am basically polyamory demisexual, meaning that demisexual means that I do not feel physical attraction for anyone unless I'm in love with a person, and I don't easily fall in love. So I'm basically a demisexual that writes sex scenes, and that's pretty funny if you ask me. Anyway, obviously everything is literature, it's fantasy. I like writing about angels, about demons, about gods and stuff like that. I would want to write about vampires too, but I don't think I'm the right kind of writer, or if I am, I will surely end up doing something extremely weird and strange and not the regular vampire book. Because my grimdark fantasy is actually a very, very romantic kind of grimdark fantasy. So, what the hell is going on? What is vibrating here everywhere? Stuff. Oh, I did something. Okay. Hang in there. We are having a little problem. There you go. Fixed. Yeah, I was doing stuff with my phone, so that's why I'm having things a little bit weirded out. Anyway, back to us. I'm doing a lot of confusion tonight, I know. I'm just pretty natural, I guess, and that's what you're gonna get from now on. Writing. I write grimdark fantasy, a very, very romantic kind of grimdark fantasy. As you can see from the setting, I'm a very, very kawaii weirdo. But we're not going to go grimdark during my sessions here or in my videos. It's not something that you can like spread freely and discuss freely with others. Oh, sorry. So no grimdark during Twitch lives or YouTube videos. What we're going to do here is normal fantasy. So it's gonna be basically how's it called? Epic fantasy. That's what we're gonna do here. Epic fantasy. Epic fantasy is your regular hero, or actually also a little bit of dark fantasy is possible. It's more likely I'm going to fall into dark fantasy at some point, because dark fantasy is more about anti-heroes, and I have this soft spot for anti-heroes. I prefer the anti-hero to the hero. Anyway, we'll see what happens. There's not going to be violence, or if it's going to be there, it's going to be very, very adulterated. like a candy cotton kind of balance. Yeah, if we beat up people, we're gonna beat them up with candy cotton stick. Anyway, no, that's joking. And there's not going to be sex scenes. They're going to be probably hinted, but not more than that. And that's because hashtag internet rules. It is not possible to do anything different. Anyway, what we're going to do here is creative writing. I will do my best to make things enjoyable, obviously, because writing is something very internal. It happens in the person's mind, and there's stuff going on in there, and we're going to put it on paper, well, actually on virtual paper, because we're writing on WordPad, and we're going to do things a little bit moving. We're gonna get moving. I'm sorry, sometimes I miss words. Anyway, yeah, we're going to do things a little bit weird, because what I'm trying to do here is not teaching anything. I'd rather say that I'm going to share with you my creative process. So sharing with you my creative process means that I am probably going to share bits and pieces of lives from Twitch, or make short videos where I explain how I create characters, or how I create a world, or how to insert one rule. Sorry. Okay, we're having focus issues. Focus on me, please. I'm here. See me, cam. Yeah, here we are. And so we're going to see a little bit how I write, and I'm going to share with you my writing process, my creative process, and sometimes I'm going to make videos just explaining how to create a character with my method, which is probably being used by thousands of people out there, but that's what I use, so I'm going to share that. I don't know if it has a name or not, I don't care. And so this is not teaching, this is really just me sharing stuff with you that I do well. The biggest part of my books is descriptive in some way, and the rest is implicitly descriptive. I try to spend a lot of time focusing on the descriptive part of the scene, because I think that the environments around the characters are actually very important, because they describe the atmosphere. And they give you an idea of someone probably bumping into a chair and where they were sitting and stuff like that. And I consider the physical location to be very important. It's not always paramount, so when it is, we're going to describe it. When it's not, we're not going to. And yeah, so this is basically what is going to happen here. And back talking about myself a little bit, because I'm not self-centered. I wrote a book. Well, I actually wrote 3 books. Now we have advertising from someone else, so advertisement time. I actually wrote 3 books at first. It was a trilogy, which is the Chaos Trilogy, which is made of White Mist, Daughter of a New God, and Chaos. Daughter of a New God is being translated. Chaos will be very soon. But the book that you can find on Amazon already translated is White Mist. And I highly recommend you to go on Amazon, download it in some way, or get the paper copy sent to you, or buy the paper copy, or get the ebook version, or download it with Kindle Unlimited. It is available through Kindle Unlimited. And have a look at what it is, because that's basically what you're going to get when you're going to come here and see me and watch me and follow me through my journey. So I highly recommend you go and read that and have a look to what that is, because that was the beginning of my journey, and that trilogy was actually the first 3 books that I wrote. Then I wrote another 2 books, which is the Future of Hell Trilogy. This time it's 2 books. and it's The War of the Three Dimensions and Naksha. Yeah, I made up a character class, basically. And that's another thing that I love doing. Once you have the magic rules of a new land, of a world, that you can make up characters and you can make up new classes with new characteristics. I'm not going to spoil what that is, though. Do not ask. And then there's my self-conclusive book. I really, really wanted to make a self-conclusive book. It was not easy for me because I tend to write a lot. And each book is around 700 pages long. So the last book is Astral, the Ancient World. Astral, the Ancient World. And that's actually being issued in Italian at the end of 2020. So it was around end 2020 that it was issued. It was published. Anyway, you can find everything on Amazon. The only book in English, though, is White Mist. And you will have to be a little bit patient for Daughter of a New God to be published too, but I am pretty damn sure that it will happen within this year. How did I start writing? The reason why I started writing was that I was reading a lot. I was having some kind of momentary loss of personality. I didn't know who I was and stuff, and I suddenly found out that I actually enjoy reading a lot. I enjoy reading. And therefore, I was reading so much, and I was reading mostly new literature, so new authors and new literature, and I was criticizing everything, and I'm like, hey, okay, stop a second there, what the hell are you doing? You're not going to criticize people like that unless you do what the hell they're doing. So you first try to do what they're doing, and then you criticize. Before then, you're not going to criticize anyone. That was my self-scolding thing. And at that point, I decided to sit in my computer and start writing. And I was like thinking, once you've started writing and you've gotten to like 20 pages or so, you're going to figure out that it's damn difficult and you're not going to do it. So you will stop, and you will stop criticizing people, because it's freaking damn difficult to actually write a book. Well, I actually wrote 3 books, 700 pages long. I decided to publish them after going through them like 15 times each. I went through White Mist 13 times, sort of. And then again another couple of times after 12 times, I think, at first. And then another couple of times once I had written the other 3 books, and I had to go back and forth through the 3 books all the time, because I needed to make the rules linear. I needed the logic to be constant through the 3 books, and it was not easy for me. I wanted everything to be perfect and to work like clockwork, and I think in the end I managed to do that. And a lot of questions that raised in the first book find an answer only in the 3rd book. And some things that are explained in the 3rd book actually raise questions from the 1st book that you should have had, but you didn't have. So it's quite a complicated work that I did, and I'm very, very proud of myself for that. So yeah, I also decided that I want to share this stuff on YouTube and on Twitch. So my lives are going to start matters of days from this video. So we're talking maybe beginning of March. Within the 15th of March, I should be able to start my lives on Twitch. So yeah. This is pretty much everything. I think I did a mess enough. I spoke very quickly when I wanted to speak slowly, and I really did a mess. But before I'm going, I want to show you something, and I think it's going to take a lot of time and it's not going to work. But anyway, let's try anyway. So while we're waiting, and this video is becoming very long, like my usual, because I like talking, and I talk too much, and I never stop talking, and I tell you a lot of things. And that's why I chose Twitch lives actually, because on Twitch lives I actually have like, I don't know, 4 hours, 3 hours, 6 hours, 2 hours, doesn't matter. I just can't keep talking until I need to explain my thoughts. Plus live videos, live streams also have the bonus, the perk of there we are. Hang on a second, I'm doing a mess again. So yeah, I was saying that lives have the perk of letting you interact with with my dreamers. I don't like to say followers or stuff like that. I don't think there's anyone following anyone here. I mean, I'm not running. Let me check. No, I'm not running anywhere, and I'm not being followed. So we are dreamers. So the people belonging to the land of dreams that come here to stay are the dreamers. Part of you are going to identify as nightmares, and you will learn in time what a nightmare is. And everyone else is either adventurers or guests. That's what we have in the land of dreams. So we do not have followers, no one's following, no one's being followed. The only people that are going to be chased are the trolls. Because when we see trolls, we're going to take our two-handed swords and fight the trolls. Because trolls do not let you cross bridges, and we damn want to cross the bridges, otherwise how are we supposed to move around the land of dreams? So yeah, trolls are going to be chased. No one else is being followed. So yeah, that's me and what you're gonna get. Congrats. Anyway, now that I'm ready, I want to show you something. So we're going to switch to another scene. Yep. Let's see if it works. Yes, it does. So this is the scene that you will see when I will make videos about writing, or when I will bring here stuff from Twitch. And I still need to fix the freaking thing that I fixed at the beginning. Oh my god, why does it do that? Oh no, it was okay. I think I'm going nuts here or something. Oh yeah, this is better. So anyway, yeah, fixed. Boom boom. I'm here. Yep. Okay, so this is the WordPad window where we're going to write things. So for example, let's make a short example of what is going to happen. At some point I will switch here and I will say something like, okay, let's for example begin with 16 down middle, and we're going to say chapter 1, the beginning. So don't worry about my keyboard being too loud. You can't see anything. Okay, so we're gonna fix that. Bam. There you go. Now you can see everything. So don't worry about my keyboard being noisy, because the location is going to change pretty soon, and you're gonna see magic. You're gonna see magic. You have no idea what I have in store for you. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, so the location is going to change pretty soon, and that means that the background is not going to show stuff like that. Being there like a mountain of clothes. That's my mountain of clothes chair. Anyway, stuff like that is not going to be there when lives are going to begin, because things are going to change big time. So get ready for that. Anyway, this is what you're going to see, and what is going to happen is like I'm going to interact with people, hopefully, because I need people to interact with people. So if someone would be so kind to join me on Twitch, I would be very happy about that. If you're not, well, then you're not kind and you're not a dreamer. You're probably a nightmare, but nightmares love me too, so you're a raider or whatever the hell you are, that you're not a dreamer. Anyway, yeah, so moving on. There we go, the beginning. And we are probably going to start saying, I don't know, let's make up a random character out of the blue. Not that. How do we make up a character out of the blue? We don't make up characters out of the blue because that's... I'm not going to explain how to make up a character, but we're going to write, for example, first line. Like, for example, Katie von Schwitz was trying to show the dreamers what they were gonna see when she would start actually writing stuff live or on vid or whatever. Opa. Yeah, you probably are going to hear a lot of random Italian stuff jumping out of the blue because I am actually Italian. I live in Italy. I'm an Italian native speaker, and English is my second language, which means I should speak German better than English, but I do not. So this is what I'm going to do when I'm going to be writing. I'm going to tell myself what to write while being on screen. And that's not actually exactly how it's going to go because I'm planning to do stuff with people and not on my own. It's not going to be very easy here. Anyway, if you see me write a typo or a wrong expression of some sort, you will see how to interact with me about that because it's not easy to correct people when they're doing something so massive. So the best thing that I would suggest for now is try to say that you would have another idea for that, because you are allowed, obviously, to have ideas. And sometimes, though, I'm going to turn that down if my version is grammatically correct, because it's a matter of rhythm. So sometimes it's best to say things in a way that is not rhythmical for the situation going on. So we'll see. You will see. Anyway, let's go back to just chatting, which there you go, which is this scene here, and I'm calling the other one the WordPad scene. Anyway, this is what you're gonna get. I hope that you enjoyed my introduction. I love talking, so even though I'm pretty introverted and I do not go out a lot, and I get pretty drained when I'm interacting for too long. So that's probably, I'm probably going to run away from streams at some point because I can't handle that anymore. I hope not. Anyway, yeah. I tend to talk a lot. Anyway, yeah, this is pretty much everything I have for the moment. I hope my introduction was clear enough and not confusing everything and making a mess and doing a mess. So I think I will close this here. I'm gonna say goodbye, dreamers. See you soon, and thank you for being here.